Hi guys, it's Dom and welcome back to my channel Manage Millennials, where we talk about managing your finances, managing your spending, and living your life like it's golden on a budget. For today's video, I thought I would go through me setting up my 2021 sinking funds with you guys, and oh my goodness, you guys have no idea how excited I am to get this video out. If you don't know or you haven't been following my journey, I have been for the past year and a half focused on getting out of $15,000 of credit card debt, which I started back in like October of 2019, and I finished that debt journey in May of 2020. Since May of 2020, I've been focusing on a couple of different things. The first kind of goal was to max out my 2019 Roth IRA, since that deadline got pushed to July. And then after that, I was just focusing on putting as much money as possible towards my emergency fund. I had a couple of things pop up along the way, a couple of expenses. I had to buy a car, but finally in January of 2021, I will finish my emergency fund, and now I can kind of make my budget, my monthly budgets and stuff look the way that I kind of want it to look going forward. And you know, a budget is a living document. It changes as your life changes, as priorities come up, goals change and stuff. But right now is going to be me setting up my budget the way that I roughly want it to look like in 2021. So without further ado, let's get into what my sinking funds are going to be looking like for 2021. I mentioned this in my last video where I set up my January monthly budget, but I will be budgeting using the financial planner that I created myself. I'm using it in the app GoodNotes 5, and I have a link to this budget planner or financial planner down in the description if you guys want to go purchase it from my Etsy shop. So let's go ahead and navigate to my sinking funds page. So here we go. And so I thought long and hard of what I want my sinking funds to look like for this next year, and I've kind of like analyzed over my budget over 2020 and just kind of like the things that I feel like I had to pay but didn't have a fund for. And I also looked at my spending habits from 2019 as well. So looked over all that data, came up with some sinking funds that I think are going to be solid moving forward. So first saving fund that is kind of like, I'm gonna tilt this just a little bit, that I'm super excited about is a travel sinking fund. So the beginning or the end of last year, I told myself that I was going to prioritize traveling in my life moving forward. In 2019, I took some amazing trips. I went to Hawaii for my birthday, and then I went to Barbados and later on in the year with a group of friends, and I just loved it so much. I also work as a software engineer for a travel company, so we get a lot of really good perks and like discounts and stuff for traveling. So we are going to put a travel fund, and I am going to put per month $450, and we're starting at zero. The goal with this fund is this will take care of like my flights, hotels that we buy, food, spending, everything that is done under the guise of travel will be taken care of this fund. So I'm not going to be like saving up additional spending money for travel. Like it's all going to be coming out of this fund. And so I think if I do the math, I think for 450 times 12, so I should have like in a full year, I should have $5,400 available for travel. And again, this fund is taking care of flights, hotel, transportation, food, spending, all of that stuff. I want it to be taken out of here. And I mentioned before that in addition to this, you know, as an employee at a travel company, we do have a lot of like employee discounts. If we use our company's travel portal, we can get like 20% off of certain things, certain excursions and stuff like that. I also have a travel reimbursement each month or each year where I can get basically like $500 back from any type of traveling that I do if it's booked through my company's travel portal. Also too, I am an avid credit card rewards points, I don't know, like person. I have about just a little bit under 100,000 reward points that I can redeem for travel. This is Chase reward points, and actually I should probably in the next couple of months, I should probably have over 100,000, probably close to 120,000, because I have a couple of credit cards that I will be targeting in the next couple months that have sign-up bonuses and all that kind of stuff. So with this travel fund, plus all of my, reward points, plus my travel benefits that I get through my company, I definitely think that this fund is doable and will work for all the travel that I can hopefully do in 2021. Fingers crossed, because I haven't been able to travel this year. So the next fund is going to be dog boarding. And I am making this a sinking fund because I just realized that so I've had my dog Soja for about 2 years now, and before that, if I ever wanted to travel or go out of town, it was just quick. I could just book the ticket and I'm good. But now I have to do an extra step where I have to make sure my dog is boarded up somewhere reputable. I just don't want to take that money out of savings. It would be nice if I could just have a fund that I contribute to each month and I can just take it out of there. So dog boarding is one, and we are going to be starting at 0, and each month I want to add $100 to that. Next we have gifts, and I don't ever want to be caught off guard by people's birthdays or holidays like Mother's Day and Father's Day and Christmas too. So I'm just gonna create a sinking fund for that. I think this is a pretty common sinking fund that people have, and I'm gonna be putting $75 a month towards that. The next sinking fund that I have is gonna be for my car, which I just got a new car, and I feel like in the past I haven't been really great about, servicing and keeping up maintenance on my car. I kind of attribute that to just being young. My last car that I've had since I was 15, and for the first couple of years, like my parents were kind of taking care of like maintenance and stuff like that, and I didn't really keep it going forward. It didn't help that my car was a Volvo and it kind of cost a lot for maintenance on it. So being a broke college student, I just let it go sometimes, and I definitely don't want to do that with this new car that I just got. So I want to be making sure that I'm putting money towards regular tune-ups and oil changes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be putting $50 a month towards that, and we're starting at 0. Next sinking fund is Soja, so that is my dog, and this is going to be a sinking fund for him just for stuff like, he does have vet visits, and also this will take care of stuff regarding when I need to like re-up on his heartworm and flea and tick medications. So I'm going to be putting $70 a month towards that. This will also take care of his grooming as well. The next one that I have is medical, and I do have, a couple of medications that I need to pick up each month that do cost money when I go and pick them up from like CVS or Walgreens, and also just to take care of co-pays for any doctor visits that I might have. So we're starting at 0, and I'm going to be putting $40 away per month for that. The next sinking fund that I have is Discretionary. This sinking fund is going to just be for anything that my monthly allowance won't cover. This time around with revamping my budget, I have given myself a significant amount of money for discretionary or allowance spending each month, like in my main monthly budget. Discretionary is just gonna be for like if there's anything that I want in a month that would go over the amount that I've allotted myself for my allowance. And then also too, I'll be rolling over any money that is left over from my allowance each month into this fund as well. So each month I'm going to be putting, what did I say for this? I want to say it was 75. Yeah, $75. Actually, no, it wasn't 75. I lied. I'm putting $50 a month towards this. And you'll see in my, I didn't do this in my last, like in my January 2021 budget. I didn't give myself an allowance just because I have a lot of different expenses coming up in January related to me moving back to Virginia. So I was just like, I'm gonna forfeit my allowance this month and just put that towards stuff related to the move. But I will be giving myself an allowance in February. And so the amount that I'm giving myself each month for my allowance will be about $150. And honestly, we're in a pandemic right now. I don't expect to use a bunch of that money, although I feel like me and my boyfriend do like eating out, like doing takeout and stuff like that, not dining in. So I feel like most of the money will be going to stuff like that. But you know, I am about to be moving, so I also expect that that allowance would be used for just buying new stuff around the house. So like I said, if anything is extra, I will roll that into this discretionary fund. And then the last sinking fund that I have is going to be annual, and this is just for any kind of annual expenses or even like semi-annual expenses. So my goal for this is to use this fund for stuff like, when my auto insurance comes up. I'm starting to pay my auto insurance every 6 months. So I will be putting the amount, I want to make sure that the amount that I'm putting in for this annual sinking fund each month can cover stuff like my car insurance that I pay twice a year, also like my Costco membership, my Amazon Prime membership, which should cover my half. I think me and my boyfriend are gonna start splitting that. We also might be splitting the Costco membership too, but I'm not sure yet. And then also to cover my phone bill, because I do pay my phone bill. I have the AT&T. It was like an online, I don't know if it's still open online, but it was a promotion where you pay like $300 and then you get like free, well not free data, but you get like 8 gigabytes of data each month for free, and it rolls over to the next month. You also get like unlimited talk and text and stuff like that. It was a really great deal. So I basically pay my I pay my phone bill once a year in February, and it's like $300. So I want to make sure that I have enough in my fund to cover all those annual things. So that's starting at $0. And I'm gonna be putting $125 a month into that fund. So let's go ahead and tally all of this up and get my phone out. All right, so we have 450 plus 100 plus 75 plus 50 plus 70 plus 40 plus 50 plus 125 is $960. So I will be putting that towards my sinking funds each. Oops, I am not in the pen mode. I'll be putting that towards my sinking funds each month. I wanted to show you guys real quick this app that I'm using to track my sinking funds digitally. So this app is called Envelopes. Put my ID in, and this is where I have it set up digitally. I realized that the way that I was kind of doing my transactions last year was I had a notebook, and I'm trying to do things more digital because I just want to be conscious of like the environment and stuff. So I have this app, and it's really cool. You can go ahead and create like different envelopes, and you can color code them and stuff. I have all my envelopes already made. So it's all the ones that you saw me just write in my notes, or in my Good Notes planner. And so it's really cool because honestly, I'm not gonna have a notebook with me all the time. If I need to make any types of purchases and need to document them from my sinking funds, I'm not gonna have a notebook with me all the time. I'm not even gonna probably have my iPad with me all the time. So it's really awesome that I have this app where, let's say I buy a plane ticket or something like that, I can come in here and, all right, I'm gonna take, let's see, maybe $900 out for a plane trip, right? And I'll go ahead and type in that it's like, oh, Delta flight, and withdraw that. And I have a really good method of documentation for those types of transactions. This app isn't free. It's about $6.99, I believe, on the Apple Store, which is kind of expensive, but at least it's not like a reoccurring fee, like you pay it once and then you have access to the app for life. I think it's worth it because I've looked at a lot of other envelope apps on the Apple Store, and they're either very buggy or they are really complicated, and this is just super simple and it's just perfect. I like the interface and everything. That is gonna be concluding this video. I hope you guys liked it. I'm really excited to kind of put these sinking funds into effect. And I hope you guys like this. Let me know in the comments down below what sinking funds you guys are thinking about doing for the new year. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye.